Recently, citizens were shocked that the federal government of Nigeria spent 97% of its revenue on debt servicing in 2020, according to a report by Premium Times. This shows that the government of Nigeria is basically borrowing to provide services to its citizens. If domestic revenues are so scarce, it becomes critical that every penny utilized for providing public goods and services are maximized, and there should be no room for wastage or mismanagement. The COVID-19 pandemic has further shown that mismanagement of public resources literally cost lives and untold hardship. This is why implementation of projects can no longer be business as usual. Every penny spent on projects must be accounted for and yield the intended outcome. Given the central role that public procurement plays in the provision of quality goods and services for citizens, it is paramount that they are carried out effectively and efficiently whilst ensuring transparency and accountability in the process. This stands at the core of PPDC's development objectives. Public procurement must be linked to intended outcomes. Beneficiaries of public goods and services must be at the center of it all. In 2020, PPDC emerged as the winner of the One Africa Awards and received $100,000 in funding support from One Campaign to expand our work in promoting fiscal transparency and accountability in governance processes, and to ensure impact of public procurement is harvested for local communities. This support enabled the PPDC to expand its work to more communities and empower and mobilize citizens for increased participation in governance, to enable them to have a say and participate in the projects and plans for improving their lives in the communities. With the support from One, PPDC strengthened the capacity of local communities and built knowledge around civic rights and responsibilities, including the usually underrepresented communities of women, the disabled, and the elderly people on what governance and contract delivery mean and their values to their lives in Anambra, Akwa Ibom, and Adamawa states.
This is an eye-opener for me and the entire community. From now on, if there will be any project in my community, I think we need to supervise the project, know how come about the project, the cost of the project, what is the project all about, and even to know whether that project is what we need in the community.
Before now, when people see projects being done in their localities, they just think or rather they assume these leaders do these projects out of their personal money. And the leaders do make the project look like they are doing a favor to the community dwellers, not knowing that it's the right of the community people to have these projects because it's their money. But with open contracting now, at least the masses can now log into it to see the project details, to see the amounts being allocated for this particular project, and to even see the red flags.
Initially, so many of our people doesn't know about open contracting. But with the implementation of OCDS portal in place, I think so many people get used to the system. With the invent of the e-procurement portal and with the help of the PPDC during their training, because we have so many series of training with them, so our CEOs are aware about the program, our contractors are aware about the program, our local contractors are aware about the program, so they can go to the indie site, they can search for a particular project to see how the status of that project is.
In each state visited, PPDC ascertained and documented the priority needs of the identified communities and jointly developed advocacy plans on how best the government can meet them through its programs. PPDC went further to build the capacity of the communities on how best to engage their representatives at all levels of government. We targeted our engagements to achieve fixes for projects and ensure improved service delivery. Town hall meetings were organized with representatives of citizens groups in these communities, including women, the disabled, and the elderly. Issues on projects governance, contract delivery, and the value of these projects to their lives were discussed extensively to gain their perspectives. They had a lot to say about the deplorable state of projects in their various communities. During the community engagements and field visits, it was discovered that projects such as health centers, schools, pipe-borne water were seen to either be abandoned and some left uncompleted for a long period of time, whilst a few were fully executed.
Most of the schools here in Numan, the secondary school, the buildings are dilapidated. There was this time rain was falling and a student hide behind the building thinking that, okay, before the rain, I will just save myself here. And the building just fell on him and the guy died at the spot. Everybody that is in Numan knows the story. And the healthcare, if you go to the hospitals, we don't have enough beds in the wards. There are some people that they will just lie down on the floor with their mats. No electricity.
Asibitin gaskiya akwai damuwa. Damuwan tun aka kawo ni ran Monday ba mu da wuta garanti. Ga mattress, ba mattress, ba ruwa, ga somro window nan duka faffashe. Asibiti yanzu ba na talaka bane. Yanzu ka zo asibitin baka da kudi zaka mutu. Abu kadan ga rubuta daga kaje 10,000, kuma an ce na gwamnati ne. To ina taimakon gwamnati take?
This building we are standing on was a project being given by the Adamawa State government to construct a pediatric ward in General Hospital Numan. And we heard that the state government have paid the contractor fully their money. Just all of a sudden, we just saw the building stopped.
There are 4 projects ongoing. One of the projects is the construction of a female surgical ward. Before now, the project stopped. So, but with the intervention of the community leaders, the community dwellers, after a series of advocacy and town hall meeting, we were able to mobilize the contractor back on site. This is the female surgical ward, awarded at the sum of 114 million naira. This is the mortuary that was awarded at the cost of 19 million naira. And before now, there is the old mortuary. The old one was built by the community, by a philanthropist in the community. So before the government now came with the intervention of this new mortuary. This is the 3rd project and is the construction of a laboratory block. And it has been awarded at the cost of 49 million. This is the 4th project among the 4 ongoing projects in the hospital, and this is the construction of a pediatric ward. It was awarded at the cost of 49 million naira.
When you look at the fence, at the back of that fence, there was an erosion there. The erosion was there for the past 8 years. We have even written to the government. I remember about how many years, about either 6 or 7 years ago, we have written to government about the erosion, but nothing was done. And when you look at the erosion now, it's found out that if something is not done now for that erosion, before next 2 years or 3 years, all those fences, even the new building, it will bring it down. So we need government, we need assistance of government assistance at federal and state, Ministry of Environment, to come and help us for the election. In 80s, 70s, 80s, there was a hostels here the hostel is no more functioning. So because of this this new hostel, I think it will be a very good advantage to the people, to the students here, even to the entire community. Because at times in the morning, you see some people coming from very far places, from Ishi, from neighboring town and neighboring local government. But with this facility, I believe that most of those people coming from far places will be living here, and it will make them to concentrate on their education.
Since I've come to this place, I don't enjoy it. See the grass, and anytime the rain comes, nobody will be able to enter this compound. Whenever the rain starts, we will run away because it used to climb up to our knees, even more than that. So I've tried to report it to the local government council. There is no help. See the bus there, I'm told that it was only 8,000 something that caused the bus to be like that. I've written to the chairman. She told me that she will send the director of works to come and check the bus. Up till now, I have not seen it. There is no drop. It's unless I buy it or any of us contributes money to buy the drop, there will be no drop in this place. Also water, we don't have water. I have reported it also to the chairman. She promised me, but up till now, there is no improvement. Even when we have delivery here, we will go to somewhere and look for water to wash all the equipment that we have used. So we really need help from the government. Today I met one lady. She told me that 2018 she delivered here, but before the night was over, the heavy rain came and the room was filled with water. So she even promised not to come here again to deliver.
Since at the core of our objective was triggering government actions on service delivery in the communities, we facilitated meetings between the duty bearers and the community representatives through roundtable discussions. And during these conversations, we called for action and commitments to fix identified health and education projects across the communities. And the commitments began to roll in. But commitments were just one step in the ladder to achieve fixes. To ensure that these commitments were not just words of mouth, the community representatives embarked on a series of follow-up visits and radio appearances to press for action. It was excellent news as a harvest of impacts and fixes in the different states rolled in through completed and delivered projects that could have otherwise been abandoned for various reasons. Strategic community engagement encourages local citizens, agencies, and institutions of government to become active partners in addressing community concerns. Hence, it is very crucial to educate and build the capacity of communities and citizens on how to exercise their agency in managing project deliverables. This is more critical as almost 90% of publicly awarded contracts happen at the local government and community level. As such, to ensure improved, effective and efficient service delivery and ultimately value for money and thereby improve the lives of citizens in these communities, the power of the people must be amplified. As we continue to expand, we have learned that when community stakeholders hold state actors to account, it can change the poor state of health and education projects in Africa. These interventions to harness the power of communities to drive project delivery can be costly in time and resources. But given the state of project deliveries across Africa, these catalytic investments are critical to maximize the value of available resources. PPDC plans to expand to many more communities where billions of dollars are wasted in uncompleted projects. Further support is needed as we appreciate one campaign for the general support to expand our influence in Nigerian communities.